Uh, Hi Vipin.
Yeah,
Hello.
hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi. Hi.
I'll make you co-host.
Yeah,
Okay.
make me the co-host. Yeah, and recording तो start हो गई ठीक है.
Just admit all.
Admit all कहाँ से होगा?
Yeah. Go to participant.
Okay. Yeah.
Question paper.
Good afternoon, Radhika. How are you?
Yeah. Hi. Good afternoon.
Am I
Hello
audible?
everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Radhika, actually, last week there was some network glitch and I got
Hmm.
disconnected and I kept trying, but I couldn't get through. And the entire week was really tough because I had a lot of network issue at my residence near my residential area. So the network lines were,
Hmm.
and I couldn't watch that YouTube video properly
Okay.
that was shared. So I'll
Hmm.
be really grateful if you can just take an in-depth recapitulation of the previous session before switching over to the next move.
Okay, so both the activities they don't have a correlation. So if any case you have missed the last session, it's perfectly fine. I'll just give you a brief overview of the Scratch platform though. Okay,
That
so
I
that you
have
are
seen.
that you have
That
seen.
operator part. The initial like how many sprites are there, how to modify those sprites, how to add sound and all that stuff. That I have watched the video.
Hmm. That you have
Only
watched.
question is that operator portion where a little bit of your this thing looping is required or just positioning and reordering of the objects, kind of that. If you could just brief me about that, I'll be really grateful.
Okay, so that thing I think so you could just get in touch with me after the session because for the activity first we need to complete this session because it will take a lot of time
Okay,
to
no
go through
issues.
the first activity, right?
No
Okay, so
issues.
that
No
you
issues.
can just contact me after the session, okay?
I'll do that. I'll do that. Thank you
Yeah,
so much,
yeah.
dear.
Okay, welcome, welcome.
Hi,
Okay,
Radhika.
so
Hi, good evening.
hello. Okay, we'll do the like. Do you have a doubt here, or we could just? I'm just waiting for everyone to join one
Hi,
first.
Radhika.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm Mala.
Hi.
I'm Mala.
Yeah, hi, Mala.
I had tried whatever you have done uh,
Hmm.
on that day. It was quite
Hmm.
interesting to me. Like I had done two, three things along with.
Hmm.
But one thing my request is, I
Hmm.
feel that you're a bit very fast. Like, मतलब थोड़ा सा कम
Ha
करोगे
ha.
speed.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll just keep the pace a bit slow. Okay.
Yeah, because you are very fast and you know all the blocks. So you click
Ha
it
ha
on
ha.
my
Okay,
eyes.
okay. No
Not
issues. No
not
issues.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll just keep the pace slow in this session. Okay.
Whenever you're clicking, the things are very small
Ha
also,
ha
and
ha
each
ha.
time we could see the block is there in your working column. So I
Yes,
wanted
yes.
to, do things. That's the
Okay,
reason I
okay, okay.
thank you.
Okay, okay. No issues. Yeah. So, is anyone else joining, or is everyone there? Okay, we'll just wait for 2 other minutes for everyone to join, and then we can start the session. Okay. And I would really request everyone to be on mute. Can you please?
Hello.
Okay, so I really want everyone to be on mute. And if there are any doubts in between the session, please drop it in the chat box. Okay. Okay, so we'll start the session at 4:05. Okay, we'll just wait for another 2 minutes for everyone to join.
Yes, Radhika.
Okay, and for all those who have submitted their projects, I went through all of them. They were really amazing one, and good job, guys. Like, and for the others who have not submitted, I would really love if even if you try making something on your own and sharing with everyone, so that everyone gets some new ideas to make projects. Okay, still people are joining. Yeah, you just have to just share the project in the group. There is no other link to submit it. Okay, so yeah, it's been 5 minutes. So I think so we should start the session. So, um, okay. So hi, my name is Radhika. For all those who are new, okay, still there are people coming. Okay, so for all those who are new to this session, hi, my name is Radhika, and I am from Codingle. Okay, and this is a Scratch training sessions. So we are going to have 6 sessions, and one session has already been done last week, and this is the second session. Okay. Okay, okay. There are still people coming. I'll just give another 2 minutes. We'll just wait for another 2 minutes as well.
Yeah, Radhika, you can start
Yeah.
it by 4:08 or
Okay,
4:10.
yeah. Okay, I'll just wait for 10 minutes more.
Radhika,
Yeah.
Well, can you please tell me, like, as you mentioned in your previous session, that we can
Mm-hmm.
sign in to that Scratch application. Uh, uh, can we use our Gmail login?
Yes, any login ID, any email ID you can use.
We don't
And
need to, we don't need to create a new one on this domain itself, no?
no. Use your any email ID that you have. Use that email ID to log in into Scratch platform. But make sure, like when you log in, an email to verify your account would be sent into your email, like a mail to verify
Yeah.
your account would be sent to your mail ID. You should verify it from there. Because
Okay.
once you verify, then you can share your Scratch projects with everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just doing it side by side on the split window, no?
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought कि जो देख लिया उसको cover up कर लूँ तब तक जब तक people are joining in.
Yeah. Okay. And for all those who are asking where to submit the projects, you just don't have to submit it. Just you have to share in the group itself, so that other people also sees it and get some new ideas.
It's saying incorrect username or password, but my ID password is absolutely correct. There is no problem with that.
Maybe you must have entered something incorrectly, I guess.
No. I'm quite sure about it.
And this issue should not come. There must be some issue with your email ID, I guess.
I'm using my Gmail ID, which I have shared.
So it works with any ID. Just give your any ID, it would work. This maybe you must have entered something. Your password must be incorrect or something. Caps lock must be on.
No.
You need to just check it again.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll wait for another 1 minute, and I hope everyone is there. Okay, guys. So please, I'll just mute everyone, and if there is any doubt, please drop in the chat box. Okay. Okay, so let's get started with the second day of Scratch training. Okay, I'll just share my screen here. Okay, so can you all see my screen? Is my screen visible to everyone? Please drop a yes in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. I'll just admit everyone. Just wait. And from the next session, I really request everyone to be on time, because still I'm seeing people coming, and we cannot like wait a lot, right? So please be on time. Okay, so let's get started here. I'll just Okay, so to start making a Scratch product, as you all know, first we have to click on create here. Okay, I'll just click on create. Now in the last session we made an activity on science theme, right? And in this session we would be making an activity related to maths. Okay, so we will be making an integer game in today's session. Okay, so this is the platform. I'll just keep this right for now. So in the we are making an integer game here. Okay, so for that I need a backdrop here. Okay, so we are making an integer game, and for that I need a backdrop here. I need an integer line. Okay, so let's see, do we have an integer line in the backdrop? I'll click on backdrop here and search for an integer line. So we don't have an integer line here. Okay, in that case what we can do, we can paint a new backdrop, or we can also upload one. Okay, so I'll upload one. Now how to upload that? I'll just go to Google and I'll type integer line png. Okay, now I can go to images, and I see I have different options here. Okay, so I can take any of the image. Like you can just click on any image. For example, if you want this image, you can click on this image, right click on this and save image as. Okay, and the image would be saved to your computer. Okay, wait a minute, I'll just admit all. Just give me a minute. Okay. Okay, so in this way you could save an integer image, any image from Google. Okay, so I already have one saved. So see, I'm going to here on the right and extreme right hand part. I'll just click on choose a backdrop. I'll just go to up and this here upload backdrop. And when I click on upload backdrop, okay, so here all my I could see all the files that I've downloaded, and I'll just click on this integer line here that I've already downloaded and click on open.
Can I agree, madam?
Can you please mute yourself?
Just join up.
Okay, so in this way we have an integer line here. Okay, so I have an integer line here. I'll just delete this sprite for now. Okay, so this is an integer line we have. Now I can also give some color to the backdrop. Okay, so this is a white color. Let's give it some color. So for that I'll take this bucket here. See this bucket fill. I'll just click on this fill, and from this here fill option I can select any color. Okay, so I can just take any color that I want. Okay, let's take this blue color and just click here. Okay, so this is my backdrop. Okay, now I'll go to the code part again. So I have my backdrop is done. Now I need sprites. So what exactly is this game doing is I need two sprites in this game. Okay, so what will happen is one sprite is trying to catch the other sprite. Okay, and how will the sprite catch the other sprite? By adding or subtracting an integer value. Okay, so when I'll start a game, what will happen is the two sprites would be randomly placed at any location from -5 to 5, and the one sprite has to catch the other sprite. Okay, by adding or subtracting an integer value. Okay, so for that I'll just go to choose a sprite here. On the right hand part here I'll just go to choose a sprite, and I need two sprites. Okay, so you can choose any sprite. Okay, not necessarily the sprite that I am choosing. You have to choose the same sprite. You can choose any of the sprite. So I'll just take a cat sprite only. So I'll just type in a cat here, and I'll take this cat sprite. Okay, now I need one more sprite. I will again go to choose a sprite, and from here let's take a we can take a monkey, I guess. Let's see, do we have a monkey here? Yeah, we have a monkey. I'll just click on a monkey. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we can also choose a sprite, we can also make one, and we can also upload one. Okay, and now we can also modify the already existing sprites. For example, this monkey. Okay, this monkey, if I want to modify the costume of this monkey, I'll click on here costumes, Okay, I click on costume. Now I have my monkey here. Now I can also customize it. Now how to customize it? I'll just click on, I'll just make him wear some specs. Okay, so I'll just click on here, this option, brush. Okay, I'll just take a black color. Okay, now let's make him wear some specs. Okay, so in this way, you could also modify the already pre-existing sprites. Okay, clear? So in this way, I could also modify sprites. Okay, now the sprites are very big in size. See, my line is quite small and the sprites are quite big. So what I'll do, I'll just decrease the size of the sprites. Okay, so for example, cat, I'll just click here on the size. The size is 100. Okay, so let's make it 50. Yeah, 50 is perfect for cat. Okay, now same thing for monkey. So I'll click on monkey here and decrease the size of monkey. And let's make him also 50. Okay, so now these are perfect here. So I have my two sprites and I have my backdrop as well. Now what I have to do is, let's say I want the monkey to catch the cat. Okay, oh, is it clear till here? If you have any doubt, just type in chat. Okay, can't we use predefined shapes instead of making a freehand? Yeah, you can use predefined. I was just giving you an example that how you can modify the already pre-existing sprites. Okay, so if you want to modify the sprites, you can do that as well. Like I did for a monkey, I made him wear a specs. Okay, it was just to show you, nothing else. Okay, so can we move ahead? What we should select to modify a costume? Okay, just go to that particular sprite. So for example, if I want to modify monkey, I'll just click on this monkey sprite here from the right hand part. See here where my cursor is. Then I'll go to costumes here, which is next to code on the left hand part. I'll go to costume and then I have options here. I have an option to paint. I have an option to write a text, and I have an option to fill color as well. So from these options, I can modify my sprite here as well. Clear? Okay, cool. Now shall we move ahead? Is it clear till here? Just type in a yes. Okay, how to reduce the sprite size? Just click on that particular sprite. Okay, so if I want to reduce this size of cat, I'll just click on cat sprite here. Okay, and see there is a size option written here. Okay, so instead of 50, I can make it 30, 40, whatever it is according to my need. Okay, and if I want to reduce the size of monkey, I'll click on monkey here, and then in the same way I can reduce the size of monkey as well. Okay, now shall we move ahead? Okay, so I have two sprites here. Now what I want to do is, let's say I want the monkey to catch the cat here. Okay, the monkey should catch the cat. So for that, what I'll do, I'll just go to cat first. I'll click on cat sprite, and first I'll code for the cat. Okay, so how to code it? First I'll go to event block here. See, on the event palette on the left hand part, there's an event block here. I'll click on event. So what is an event? Event means to trigger certain behavior. Okay, so we want to start the game here. So for that, I'll use the event, this event, when space key is pressed. Okay, so when I press space key on my keyboard, an event would start. An event means in this the game would start. Okay, so I'll use this when space key is pressed. Now when space key is pressed, what I want to give a position to the cat. Okay, so to give a position to cat, I'll go to motions here. Okay, and motions, and I'll use this go to X block. Now before that, see, I'm moving, just look at my cursor on the stage here. Okay, so I'm just taking my cat here and placing it on 0. Okay, I'll just place it on 0 here. Okay, now see here it is an x and y axis. Can you see the x and y axis here? Now x is the horizontal axis and y is the vertical. Okay, now the x position is 1 here. Now when the cat is on 0, the position of x is 1. Now if I move the cat from 0 to 1, it's 32, right? So 32 minus 1 is what? 31. So in between 0 to 1, there are 31 pixels in short. Okay, so in between every two consecutive integer value, like between 0 and 1, between 1 and 2, there are total 31 pixels. So what is a pixels? See, like we humans know how to move. Like if someone says that I should move 10 steps, okay, I'll understand it. Okay, I have to move 10 steps. But to say this, give the same command to the computer, what we have to do, we have to do it in the form of pixels, because as you know what is pixels, and an image is made of multiple amount of pixels. Okay, this image that we are seeing here is made of multiple amounts of small pixels. Okay, so for that we need to have a value. So to move from 0 to 1, what is the value? It is 31 pixels. Okay, so for that what I'll do, I'll use this block, go to x and y coordinate. Okay, so the y coordinate is remaining same because the integer line is in x, is a horizontal line. Okay, so what I'll do, the y coordinate here is 31, right? Now the cat could move anywhere from -5 to 5. Okay, so for that what I'll do, I'll go to this operator block here. See, operator here, I'll go to operator here, and I'll use this block, into block. Okay, and I'll place it inside x position. Okay, the y position, I don't want the y position to change. I want the x position of the cat to change. Okay, so I'll use this into block here, and then I'll use this pick random block, and I'll place it in the second column. Okay, now in the first column I'll write 31. Why 31? Because the pixel value between two consecutive integer value here is 31. I'll show you again. See, when I take the cat sprite and place it on 0, from here down, see the x value is 0 here. Okay, now when I move it till 1, okay, it is 30. So I can also write 30 here. So I can just give it 30 as well. So I'll just give a 30 here. Okay, so the pixel value between two integer point is 30. So I'll 30 into pick random number. Now the cat could move anywhere from -5. I'll write -5 to 5. Why -5 to 5? Because this is the length of my integer line, -5 to 5. Okay, so this is the position, starting position of my cat. Now when the cat is set to a position, let's make the cat say something. So for that I'll go to looks here. I'll click on looks here and use this say hello block. Okay, I'll use this say hello block here. Now say hello. Instead of hello, let's make the cat say catch me. Okay, the cat is saying catch me. Okay, now when the cat said catch me, we'll broadcast this message to monkey. Okay, so I'll go to events here. I'll go to events, and from the event section I'll use this broadcast message 1 and wait. Okay, broadcast message 1 and wait. So the cat will go to a random position anywhere between -5 to 5, and then the cat will say catch me, and then this message would be broadcasted, and then the cat can wait. Okay, now we'll come to monkey. Then I'll click on monkey, and now let's code for the monkey. So to code for monkey again, we'll go to event section here. Now when we just hold on. We'll go to monkey. Now we'll go to event section here. Okay, now again we want an event to start. So again we will use when space key is pressed. Okay, when we press space key, I want my monkey to again go to any random position. The cat has already gone to some random position. Now the same thing, I also want my monkey to go to any random position between -5 to 5 on the integer line. So the same concept that I use for the cat, I'll use for monkey as well. I'll go to motions. Okay, now let's say the initial position, I'll set my monkey to 3. Okay, so I'll use this block in the motion section. I'll use this block, go to x and y. Okay, now the x position is changing. So for that I'll go to operator block here. Okay, in the operator I'll use this into multiplication block and place it in the x coordinate. Okay, now what is the value between, like how many pixels are there between two integer value, two consecutive integers? It's 30. So I'll write 30, and into what? I'll use pick random. I'll use this pick random block and place it here. Pick random what? Any value from -5 to 5, because -5 and 5 is the length of my integer value. Okay, the least minimum being -5 and the maximum being 5. Okay, is this clear? Now the we have also given a position for the monkey. Now let's press space key and see our game. Okay, so I'm just pressing space key on my keyboard. So when space key is pressed, see, the cat has gone to a random position 5 and the monkey has gone to a random position 2. Okay, is it clear till here? Is this coding part clear? So that if it's clear, just give me a yes in the chat and then we can move ahead. Okay. Okay, it's clear, right? Okay, great. Now let's move ahead. Okay, so we have given the position to our monkey. Now what happens is, now see, I'll just click on cat again. Now the cat is saying catch me and the cat is broadcasting this message. Okay, so I need to reply. The monkey needs to reply to this message. So how will the monkey reply? I'll just click on monkey here. Okay, now the cat has broadcasted the message and the monkey should receive the message. Okay, so I'll just click on events here and I'll use this block when I receive message 1. Okay, so when the monkey receives message 1, the monkey has to do what? The monkey has to catch the cat. Okay, just give me a minute. I need to see if there are any participants waiting in the room. No. Okay. So okay. So the monkey has to catch the cat here. Okay. So how will the monkey catch the cat? Let's do it by using a forever loop because the game is continuously happening, right? So I'll just go to control here and use a forever loop. I'll take this forever loop and place it here. Okay, so when I receive message 1, forever what should happen? Forever, let's ask a question here. How will the users know that what this game is about? Okay, so I'll go to sensing here. Okay, I'll go to sensing and use this block, ask block. Okay, so now we know that what game we are making, but when we share this game with other people, how will they know, right? So I'll use this block ask, and here we'll ask add or subtract an integer to catch the cat. Okay, add or subtract an integer to catch the cat or to reach the cat. Okay, we'll ask this question and wait. Okay, now there could be two scenarios in this thing. The first scenario would be that the user has entered an integer value, and the second scenario could be that the user has not entered an integer value. Okay, so for that, which block we will use? We'll go to control here from the control palette and use if and else statement. So what is an if else statement? Like for example, when you must be saying this thing to your child's key, if you do something, if you get good marks in exam, you will get this thing, or if you don't get good marks in exam, you won't get this thing, right? There's an if and else condition here. So the same if and else condition we would be using here. Okay, so what is the first if condition? That the user has entered an integer value, or else the user has not entered an integer value. Okay, so now how will the computer know that the user has entered an integer value? Okay, so for that I'll go to operators here. Okay, I'll go to operators and I'll use equal to block, this equal to block, and place it inside the if statement here. Okay, equal to. Now this is how you can calculate you can know that it's an integer value. Okay, I'll use an equal to block, then I'll use a round. See this, from the same operators and use a round block, place it inside here, the first block. Okay, now I'll go to sensing. Okay, so this is what the question that we asked to the user, and now this is the answer to that question, this block. I'll use this answer block here and place it inside the round, and again I'll take the answer block and place it inside equal to. Okay, so through this formula you could calculate whether the user has entered an integer value or not. Okay, so if round of answer is equal to answer, then what we'll do, we have to change the value of monkey. Okay, we'll have to change the value of monkey. To how to change the value, I'll go to motion block here. I'll use this change x by. Okay, we are changing the x value, change x by. I'll use this change x by here. Now, how much value should it change? How much should it move? It should move by, first thing is 30. 30 is the pixel value between two consecutive integer values, right? And 30 into answer. So for that, I'll go to operators here and I'll use this into block, okay? And I'll place it inside this x block here, okay? So 30, I'll write 30 here. 30 is what? 30 is the pixel value between two consecutive integers. 30 into, then I'll go to sensing block here and I'll use this answer block. Okay, I'll just take this answer block and place it inside here. Okay, so change x by 30 into answer. Now let's see, let's press space key and let's see what's happening. So press key is pressed. This is it, okay? Now it's saying add or subtract an integer to reach the cat. So here I can write an integer value and press enter. Okay. Now let's do the next part. Now we have given the if condition, okay? If we are entering an integer value, then I have to change x by this. Now in the else condition, what we have to do? The else condition is if the user has not entered an integer value, okay? In that case, we'll just say, we'll go to looks here and we'll use this stay statement. Okay, we'll use this say block and place it in the else condition. Okay, and we'll just tell the user that please enter a valid integer value. Please enter a valid integer value. Okay, and we can also tell them what are integer values in the bracket. So in the brackets, I will write -9, comma -2, comma 0, comma 1, 2. Okay. So I'll just give an example to the user so that the user knows what are integer values. Okay. So this is my else condition. And now if the user has entered an incorrect value, this message will pop up and then we need to broadcast this message. So I'll go to events again and I'll broadcast message 1 again. Okay, so again this same script would start. This is the message 1 again the same script, again the same question would be asked to the user, ki add or subtract an integer value. Okay, so this is the if and else. Now if the user has entered an correct integer value, there could be again two things. Okay, there could again be two things. One thing could be the user has entered the correct answer. Like for example, right now the cat is on 2 and the monkey is on 1. Okay, so if the monkey wants to catch the cat, it has to add integer. What? It has to add +1, right? So if I write +1, I can reach the cat. So that is a correct answer. And the second scenario could be the user has not entered a correct value. So for example, if I've written -1, okay, in that case the monkey cannot catch the cat. Okay, so again I'll go to control block here and use an if and else statement and place it in here below here. Okay, so if the user has entered an integer value, again there could be two scenarios. Okay, so for first scenario is the user has entered a correct value and the second scenario is user has not entered. Okay, so how will the computer know that? For that we will use a sensing operator. We'll go to sensing here and I'll use this block touching mouse pointer and I'll place it here. Now instead of mouse pointer, if the monkey is touching from the drop down here, see I'll click on mouse pointer here and from the drop down I'll select cat. Okay, so if the monkey is touching cat, in that case the answer is correct, right? So just give me a minute. Yeah, so if the monkey is touching the cat, in that case the answer is correct. Okay, so in that case what we'll do, we'll make the monkey say something. We'll go to looks here, looks block. I'll use this say hello for 2-second block and place it here. Okay, say hello. So instead of hello, we'll make him say ki great work. Okay, I'll make him say great work and press space key. So why press space key? So that the user can again start playing the game. Press space key. Okay, press space key. Okay, so this is what the user will say if the monkey has touched the cat. Okay, this is what the monkey will say. And we'll also play some sound. So to play some sound, I'll go to sound here and I'll use this place sound block. Okay, place sound until done, and I'll place it below say block. Okay, now I don't want chop sound here. I'll just select some other sound. Okay, now to select some other sound, what I'll do, I'll go to see from here. Next to costume, there is a sound block. I'll just click on sound here. Okay, click on sound here, and then see from here, left hand side down, I'll click on choose a sound. I click on choose a sound, and from here I'll search clapping. Okay, so see, yeah, this is nice. So I'll just select this one. I'll select this one. Then again I'll go back to code, and then from here play sound. From this drop down, I'll just click on this drop down and select the clapping sound. Okay, so if the user is entered correctly, the monkey will touch the cat, say great work, press space key, and then a clapping sound would be played. Okay, and then we'll stop all the scripts. What is the script? This is a script. The code that we have written, this is a script. Okay, so once the user is entered correctly, all things are done correctly, I'll go to events again. I'll go to control, and I'll use stop. From here, I'll use this block stop all. Means all the entire scripts that we have entered in this game would be stopped. Okay, I'll use the stop. Now else condition. What is the else condition? Else condition is ki user has not entered the correct answer. Okay, in that case, I'll go to looks here. I'll use this say block, place it here. Okay, and I'll say try again. Okay, I'll say try again. Okay, I'll say try again, and then I'll broadcast message. Okay, why we are broadcasting message? Because we again want to start the game. Okay, so I'll use this broadcast message one again. So when the broadcast message one is broadcasted, what happens? This script, this when I receive message one, this again starts. Okay, so the game again starts. Okay, so let's click on, let's press the space key again. So I'm pressing space key. Now see, the cat has gone to a random position 5. The monkey has gone to a random position 4. Okay. Now what the monkey is saying, ki add or subtract an integer to reach the cat. So here I'll type my answer. So what my answer should be, see, the monkey is on -4 here. Now to reach the cat, I have to do what? I have to add something, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll write plus 9. Okay, I'll write +9 here in the answer and type enter. See, now the monkey has written. Okay, can you hear the sound as well? Like, did you hear the sound? The clapping sound was there and the monkey has reached the cat. Now to again play this game, what I'll do, I will again press space key. Now again, the cat has gone to a random position. The monkey has gone to some other position. Okay. Now let's try writing or giving a wrong answer. Okay. Now to reach the cat, I have to minus something, right? So what I have to minus is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to minus 6, right? So let's say instead of -6, I'll write -7 and press enter. Okay. Okay, so this is happening because the size of monkey is quite big. Okay, that's why it's touching the cat. I'll just make the size of monkey a bit small. Okay. Yeah, I'll just make the size of monkey small, and let's make the size of cat also small so that this issue won't pop up. Okay, now even if they're on different coordinates, this won't happen. Okay, so let's try it again. Okay, it's saying catch me, add or subtract. So I need to minus something to reach here. I'll give a wrong answer here. I'll write, let's say -7 and press enter. Okay, so if I press -7, it is not catching, the monkey is not catching the cat and it's reaching here. Okay, so it's saying try again and then again add or subtract an integer to reach the cat. Now I have to write +2 to reach the cat. I'll write +2 and press enter. Okay. So this is the game. Drop in your, if you have any doubts, drop in the chat section. Okay. So, okay, drop in your doubts here if you have any doubts. Yeah. Hello. Do you have any doubts? If there are any doubts, please drop in your doubts here, or is it clear to everyone? It's clear, like the entire concept is clear to everyone? Yeah, okay, yeah. If the both the sprites are meeting, what we can do is we can just reduce the size of each sprite, okay? So that even if they're on different integer values, they don't collide, they don't touch each other, okay? So you could just reduce the size. So in this way, even if they're on consecutive integer values, we could just reduce the size of. We can also reduce the size of monkey here so that they don't touch, even if they're on different values, consecutive values, okay? It's clear, everything is clear, the entire concept is clear to everyone. Just drop in a yes. And okay, great. And for all those who have joined late, I think so you could just go back to the recording again. People are still joining right now when the session is over. You would be provided with this activity. I'll just send the activity link in the chat box. I made a chicken egg. When the egg touches the chick, it was freezing. So you could, Mala, you could just send me the activity to me in the group. I'll just go through the activity and check the code. What is the issue there? Okay. So this is the activity. I hope this activity was clear to everyone. And I'll just share this activity with you. Do try making this activity on your own or try something else as well. Okay, I'll just save this activity first. Okay, we could add one more thing here. So one thing we forgot. Now this is the game that we made. Okay, so we know that we have to press the space bar to start the game, but the user doesn't know it, right? The user that who would be playing this game would know it because he won't see the code at first. So what we will do is I'll just go to sprite here and click on paint. Okay, and I'll just make one new sprite. So in this I'll use this block T. T means text. I'll use text block and I'll write a text here. So I'll write here, press space key to start. Okay, I'll write here this thing and I'll just make it a bit bigger. I'll make it bigger and I'll just place it on the top. Okay, I'll place it here on the top so that whenever we are sharing our projects with other people as well, they know what they have to do. Okay, I'll go back to code again. Now when I click on see, now even if we are sharing our projects with other people, they know that press space key to start. So they could just press the space key and start the game. Okay, so I'll just write -1 and press enter. Okay, so is it clear? Any doubts till now? Is the entire activity clear to you, everyone? Okay, great. So I hope, yeah. So everyone. Okay, great. So everyone understood the activity. Perfect. So I'll just save this activity and share the link with you all. I'll just click on save integer game and save now. Okay, now I'll just share the link with everyone. After the session, go through the activity, try making the same activity on your own, or you could just improvise it, modify it, and add something else as well. Okay, I just click on share. Okay, so this is the link for the activity. Go through this activity, make one on your own, do something else as well. If you're comfortable with Scratch, if you're already familiar with a lot of components, you could just go through, make something on your own as well. Okay, something else other than this as well. Okay, so is that it from everyone? Like, should I end the session here, or do you have any other doubts? We could just keep the last 15 minutes for the doubt session. So if anyone has any doubts, drop it in the chat section and I would be more than happy to clear the doubts. Drop in your questions if you have. Any doubts if you have, you could just drop in here because the activity is done and we still have 15 minutes left. Yeah, there are other control loops as well, while do while loops, there are as well. So like depending on the game, if you're making some other activity, you could use while loop as well there. There is multiple like even when you go through blocks, there are multiple options available. See, for there's move, turn. In the looks also there's still people are coming. So even in looks there's multiple options. Sounds, there are multiple options. So Scratch is a wide platform. Once you keep on exploring it, you will see there are n number of options available to do n number of things. So I think so there's no other doubts. So should we end the session here? If is everyone okay, just give me a yes so that we can end the session. Or if you have any doubt, just drop in your doubts here. Great, great, great. So everyone is clear. Okay, great. What example do you like, Mala? What are you talking about? Can you give one more example, like number line? So what exactly example are you talking about? What exact example do you want? Can you just give me a more idea about it? What are you asking?
Ma'am, can I have any other example just like this number line? Anyone to be thought of, ma'am? I'm not getting anything like. How can this be explained other than number line?
So this is an integer game, so that's why we used a number line here. We were making an integer game here, that's why I used a number line here. Now you're talking about some other examples, so that would be an entire other activity to make.
Okay, for example, I would like to do on fractions.
On fractions. So for that, we won't use an integer line in that case.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we would use a fraction line or something like that. So let's see if we have a fraction line or something like that here. Because even I haven't tried making on fraction line. But let's see, do we have a fraction line? So yeah, I think so. You could also make on fraction line here. You could like for fraction line, you could take this line as well. Okay. So if you take this line here, what you could do is again the from 1/2 till 2/2. Okay, whatever the value between this is, the pixel value is, you could use that pixel value here. Okay, the same way we did here. Okay, the concept could be same here. The go to X block would be same, but the condition would be changed here. Like the if I have used round of answer equal to answer for integer, now for the fraction you have to give a different condition here. The rest everything could remain same in the fraction line.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Can you repeat the matter for download? Okay, to download a new Scratch, ing. Okay, I think so. You're talking about how to download a sprite here, right? A new sprite. You don't have to download Scratch. Scratch is an online free platform. Just go to Google, type Scratch, and you could open the Scratch platform. And I think so. If you're talking about download, I think so. You're talking about how to download a sprite. Okay. Now to download a sprite, for example, let's download a fraction line here. So I'll just go to Google. I'll type whatever I want on, and then I'll just click on this image, right click on this image and click on save image as. So when I click on save images, this is a fraction line. I'll click on a fraction line and just click on save. Okay. So this file is saved. Now again, I'll come back to the Scratch platform here. Now from here on the right hand part, I'll click on chooser here, upload sprite. Okay, and I click on upload a sprite, and then in the downloads, I can just select this fraction line. I'll just click on fraction line and click on open. Okay, so automatically this fraction line would appear here on my Scratch platform. Okay, only online can yes, you can use a Scratch platform online only. I don't think so. You can just download it on your web browser. Okay, so that's it, I guess. Any other doubts?
One sec, Radhika. We can very well download it from the browser, but we need to know which version are we using here. Because like I was trying to do it side by
Mm-hmm.
side, and
Hmm.
when I typed download Scratch, so
Hmm.
it had shown me certain versions, download Scratch 2.0 or
This
something
is a
like that.
Scratch 3 that we are using right now. And for
Scratch
Scratch,
3.
yeah, and for Scratch 3, I don't think so there's a download option available yet.
Yes, Scratch 3.0
There is a
download for
option,
PC.
yeah,
PC,
you
is it
have to,
available?
Yes, it is
yeah, it is
available.
available.
It
Okay.
is available even for Android for smartphones also.
Oh,
No,
okay, nice.
you
Uh,
can,
Yeah.
you have to do some DLL files has to be downloaded.
sorry?
Some
Some DLL file has to be downloaded along with that.
yeah.
Okay, I never tried downloading it on my mobile as well. But yeah, if you're saying you could just try downloading on your mobile phone. Okay, I'll just try downloading it. I never downloaded
Scratch
the Scratch on my.
3.18.1 for Windows download.
Yeah, so you could download it on your browser as well then. Okay, great, guys. So, any other questions? Or is it clear? Should we end the session here then? Okay. Good. So this was a great session. Do try making an activity on your own and share it in the WhatsApp group so that everyone can see. And the next session would be on the next Saturday, that is the 30th. Okay. And for the next session, we have two consecutive sessions. Okay. On 30 and 31st, on both days, we have a session. Okay.
Before you end the meeting,
Mm-hmm.
we request all the teachers to fill out the feedback form in the chat.
Yeah, so feedback form has been sent in the chat. Please click on that feedback form and do give your feedback, okay? And the activity link has also been shared in the chat. You can just open that link. Okay, so it was a good session, guys, and see you again on next Saturday. That is the 30th. Bye bye.
Yeah, again, we remind all the teachers to fill out the feedback form. It's there in the group chat, or you could scan this QR code, which is on the screen.